That's a pen, bro. What are you doing? You try to do the dark arts thing. You tried to hype to Saka. Them man there trying to activate on youngers and that, picking on people you know aren't with it. Allow it, bro. You're a dud. Instead of you to take your Alzheimer's tablets and whatnot. Come on now, man. Go do yoga or whatever the hell extends a player's career. Allow it, bro. You pensioner. Get out of here, bro. I don't know why, United had Sir Alex Ferguson out in the cold yesterday. I don't know why Chelsea had Aspilicueta playing today. Stop bringing the pensions out at night, bro. Let them go and watch Curry, and have a little cuppa. Allow it, man. Stop bringing these guys. It's not safe when my HALE and demons are out, man. Don't bring these joke men against them, man. Try not to. I can't lie. If the real G's, if Rudiger and all them man there were about, it would have been long for us, but it weren't, innit? We never had Tomiyasu, Partey, Kieran Tierney. The build-up plays messed. £72 million man, £52 million man on the bench. Informed Brazilian sensation on the bench. I think for all the talk about a lack of depth, I think it does highlight the depth that we do have in the squad and the belief. I'm being so shameless. I don't even believe that part, people. Please ignore that. I'm excited. But, boy. Hey, man, let's just focus on that Europa League, man. Floyd Hasselbank saying it's not a pen. Bro, fuck what Hasselbank says, bro. It was a pen. We've won. The game's done, bro. Go argue with VAR. Go do the Jose Mourinho thing where you're waiting for the linesman. Allow it, man. Allow it, man. Allow it. I don't want to hear about these pagan youths, man. Shut up, Jimmy Floyd, man. You're a dud, man. Keep telling man about being of a certain sort and gassing up this team. Them man are going to turn on you first. Yo, hey, where's Batiste? Yo, brother. See you tomorrow, broski. Let me at him. Yo, brother. Run that, man. Run that, man. Run that. Let's be a bit serious now, though. Like, let's start to review these performances and things like that. Now, away from the banter and the euphoria and all of these sort of things, people. Obviously, hail up Chelsea. They're a fantastic side. All of those sort of things. First thing I would say, before we get into why, was the performance good defensively, this, that, and the other, fundamentally, it's a results-driven business. My team have struggled to score goals. My team did not. I thought we was going to lose 4-1. We've won 4-2. Ramsdale, whatever. But we'll talk about them performances, my bro. We'll talk about them. First things first, it's a results-driven business. We were near enough perfect against City. We got nothing. We weren't perfect today. We slugged through it and got it. Games like this run, you need to pick up points. This doesn't mean anything tomorrow, innit? And it doesn't guarantee that we're going to show up against United or whatnot. But it's good to turn it around. We've lost 0 points. We got 0 points from the last potential 9. We could have bottled a potential 12 points. We didn't do that. We got over the line. We won at the bridge. We've got 3 points. We've stopped the rut. And now we have a bit more optimism. It's better to win than lose, no? So that's one thing. I'll give everybody connected. The manager made big decisions. Wow. I don't think anyone would have cried that Eddie started because no one really wanted to see Lacazette. Maybe Tavares brings nerves, but what else are you going to do there unless you're going to put Saka there respectfully? I don't think there was any El Nene. I was calling for him for against Southampton. So I don't think, apart from 3 at the back, maybe we was all calling for it, but I don't think anyone necessarily thought Arteta was going to do it. So I'll give the manager tactically spot on. I'd say I'll start with the bad. Let's be real. Clearly, we were shit defensively, innit? We were terrible defensively. All 6 goals in this game was terrible. Let's be honest, we was terrible defensively. And I do think the goals we conceded, they were coming because several players were, we were losing the ball in stray areas. We was giving the ball away cheaply, unnecessarily, First 5 minutes, we was looking unconvincing from corners. Chelsea looked problematic as well, but it was a really tough first 10 minutes or so. We exploited the problem that we saw from Chelsea. Shout out to Eddie Nketiah, who I think had a good game today. Obviously, he let himself down for the goal we conceded. But as much as he's the fall guy and that was coming. Ben White's mistake for their goal as well. It was coming. Several players were doing that. El Nene looked a bit rusty. A couple of players were losing it. Even the second goal where Xhaka's turned into Ronaldinho. Xhaka's sub... I don't know why or how Xhaka's been able to do that, but he's really saved us from some shoddy defending. So we weren't levels defensively. Clearly, we wasn't good enough defensively today. What I will give us credit for is getting the 3 points, our resilience, our fight, our effort. You know, I do think the manager made some good subs. I think Cedric's cameo was good. I think Saka should have come off. He looked a bit gassed out in the second half. He's ended up winning a penalty. I did think Martinelli's introduction was good. I do think if we was to have lost this or there's emotion, I don't think there was, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't blame Ramsdale necessarily for the first goal because, Eddie's lost it and we're doing foolishness and, Ben White, Rob Holding, Xhaka, they could all do a lot better for that. Ramsdale as well. But yeah, man, like the goals we conceded were quite sloppy. The second goal, terrible as well. It's the same logic. Ben White and Saka have not done well enough. And, we've conceded some poor goals. Apart from that, I can't really get on us. I did expect to concede. So we do need to improve defensively, clearly, massively. First 5 minutes were tough. I thought we was going to get... Chelsea really should have duppied us in the first 5. They should have at least scored from at least one corner. It did look like they were going to have a lot of joy down the left. It did look like they were going to try and exploit aerial duels or set pieces. We did expect them to have high amounts of possession and we'd have to play catch up. And there were periods, 60 minutes in, even though the fact that we were winning 1-0, we had 29% of the ball. And obviously you saw in the second half, we had to quote unquote somewhat manage the game as well. So there was that sort of element to the game as well. But we did all of that. Technically, Smith Rowe and Tavares have done quite well. Eddie and Nketiah, that's what a mobile striker can give you. I'm not going to rewrite history on Eddie, hail him up for his 2 goals, but just from pressing, Chelsea have been conceding some sloppy goals, and Christensen and Sarr showed that today, and actually Aspilicueta, who scored the equaliser, really. So it is what it is, man. We failed to switch on. I would say another improvement, game management. We've held on to those initial leads when we went 1 and 2 up. Pardon me, for about 5 minutes. So again, game management, being spot on defensively, defending well, getting our heads in check. These are things we need to work on, if I'm completely honest with you. But we did what we needed to do. We took Eddie scored, he deserved that. Smith Rowe obviously reacted as well when we made it, when we made it 2-1. Obviously, we conceded again, but to go into halftime at 2-2, all at my halftime thoughts were we were very dodgy defensively, 2 goals from sloppy phases of play. Game management, when we've scored these goals and then conceded, it hasn't lasted long. We've cheaply been giving the ball away. We've taken our half chances. I do think we've played well in stages. I think Odegaard came to the fore in the second half. I did think whenever Saka was kind of involved, he was asking Alonso questions. Smith Rowe the same. I did think we was kind of losing the midfield battle, if I'm honest. But other than that, we're doing all right. We're slugging it in. We're doing what we can. Second half, again, I think we did well. I think Xhaka and El Nene really in the second half did quite well. It's terrible for defending from Chelsea for Eddie to score his second, innit? And it's a bit of Sunday Leagueist, Eddie's slipping, Sarr's doing a mazza, and we've scored. Obviously, Saka at the end scored a penalty and whatnot, but it's on one hand, do I want good football with no results or results? I do think there's several things we could do to improve, but yeah, man, we did what we needed to do. We showed fight, we showed hunger, we showed desire, resilience. We've ended the unlosing run and got back on it. I did think Mason Mount should have been sent off, but you can't have everything. We've scored 2 goals, got 3 points. The HALE Demons have done their thing. Would have loved Eddie and Nketiah to get a hat-trick. I think Mikel Arteta's tactics were spot on because we've won. We need to improve massively defensively. But yeah, man, we walk away with it. Ben White, tough game today. Ramsdale, I think, had a tough game in the second half, couple punching it away. Tavares was good, but there was moments you could do a lot better. The same goes in midfield. Generally was playing some sloppy passes about. I think Saka and Odegaard, when they turned it on, they were amazing. But when we look at this game without emotion, there are several things we could have improved. But it's a derby, innit? It's nice. And it would have been a really dark place had we have lost 4 games, really. 0 points from a potential 12 would have been a really, really dark place going into Man United. But that's where it has to stop, though, man. It's irrelevant what we did. It's irrelevant what we've done. This game's great. We take the positives. We focus on the negatives that we can improve, and we go again. It's as simple as that. Obviously Chelsea don't have Kovacic, don't have Jorginho, don't have Rudiger. So this kind of kills them in their build-up play. But at the same time, we're missing, Chelsea are better than us. Let's be honest. Them missing key players or us missing key players, who's going to feel it more? It's obviously going to be us. We never had Tierney, never had Tomiyasu, never had somebody else is missing Thomas Partey in the middle. If I gas it up a bit, we've left a £72 million player and a £52 million player on the bench just to cap it. We've done what we've needed to do, man. I do think, for me, the poorest on the pitch would have been Ben White, but It is what it is, man. It was it's a game that Arteta's happy with, Tuchel's vexed with. I'm sure Arteta will, first and foremost, he needs a drink in it. He probably needs some rare enough like me. First things first. And he's happy with his 3 points. But when emotion settles, all them 6 goals were terrible goals to concede. They might have been good phases of play or good moments from other teams. But to concede those goals, I'd be pretty peed off if I was either manager. But it is what it is. As I said, let's try and put a winning run together and see if we can land up in a European place, people, because everything's still up for debate. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. It's good because, again, we've got to start taking points. And with that, surely, again, boy, we've played the same level of games as Spurs, 57 points apiece. We've got United, they've got Brentford. You're hoping Brentford can do us a favour and hoping United also drop points. Should Brentford win and United win, then everything's complicated, people. So, we've got 6 games left, 6 cup finals to be cliche. The margin for error is very small. We've got Man United, West Ham. We've still got to play some difficult teams. So, yeah, it was a beautiful day in North London. And it's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day over on the south side, southwest, technically, where Chelsea are, as we've won, isn't it? So, yeah, man. It's nice to actually watch a game again tonight, as I will, when this is all said and done, actually winning the game. Don't forget on that, people, on the topic of Man United, people, we are doing a watch-along for the Man United game, which I hope is a nice one for us. Limited ads. What is it talking about, man? Sorry, folks. So, yeah, man, it was lit today. Boy, I'm not going to complain at all. At all. Timing of the rescheduling for this game suited neither of us with injuries, but we just had more to prove. Exactly. Good time, man. Like, let's be honest, we would have... Well, any team's going to be stronger with their better players. DG, seems like we love to do things the hard way, bro, because the last 3 games, of course we do. Good win, but not a good performance. Ben White, Ramsdale holding underwhelming. I'd agree. But shit, man. I'd rather win. Missed it, DG. Hope you're blessed. What we saying about Lacquer after this? Well, Eddie deserves to start going into Man United, didn't it? Merson saying it's a harsh pen. It is a harsh pen, but just because it's a harsh pen doesn't mean it's not a penalty. And, we've had a couple of incidences this season that should have just been penalties and weren't given. So it's nice to see one's given. A harsh penalty, yes, but just because it's harsh doesn't mean it's not right. Take your hands off players. In VAR this day and age, you need to take your hands off people. Fair enough. Just remove your hands. Take your hands off people's shirts, man. What is all of this about? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And for someone as experienced as Espilicueta, yeah, fam. Chill out. Crazy stuff, man. And I did think too many players were losing their footing today. I don't know if Chelsea overwatered the pitch or what, but a number of players losing their footing today across both sides. Bro, if harsh or not, it's a pen, bro. Like, he was holding him, bro. He's like, I would kill for Saka shirt, but he's doing all of this. That, it's good defending. You get away with that 9 times out of 10 without VAR. No one bats an eyelid. But even if it is a harsh penalty, bro, don't lose sleep over that. Even if it's a harsh pen, it doesn't mean it's not a pen. Who cares? Even without the pen, we've won 3-2. I don't give a crap. Anything to discredit us. Anything to discredit this club. Spurs got some tough fixtures. I don't know, man. Hey, US would be lit still. Did Kelly do? In conclusion, obviously, good result. Not really a good performance, but it is what it is, man. Big up Eddie. 2 players were chatting in the press. 2 people were chatting in the press. Eddie did his thing. Eddie did his thing. Put himself in. I always, if you're not going to stay at this club, it is what it is. Put yourself in the shop windows. Stuff like that. Puts yourself in the shop windows. Fuck them, bro. Even above my guy, even if they think it's a harsh penalty, leave them alone, man. Leave them. Harsh penalty doesn't mean it's not a pen.